Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you 8 reasons why I think that Android is better than iPhone. So let's get started. Number 1, customization. I think that customization is amazing. Like, iPhone should have it, but they don't. They have, you can customize like your wallpaper and...
Nope.
Honestly, you can't customize much, point being. But that is one of the things that I like about Android, because you can customize everything from, let's say, your phone dialer to your text message app to your camera to anything you really want to customize. You can customize the whole experience. Apple has like no comparison at all. Like, they aren't even in the same area, which the customization is wonderful because you can make it your own. You can make it your experience, how you are. And it just set it apart, whereas like iOS, you can't do that. Everybody has pretty much the same kind of experience. I mean, maybe a different wallpaper, but that's literally it. There's not much in your apps. Number 2, the notification layout. I say that because Apple, yes, they do have the whole grouping where they group your notifications on iOS when you get a ton of notifications, but I just personally like the Android one better. It just looks better, it's more clean, it looks more sleek, and I just think that it's a better option. But that's like my personal opinion. Other people may not agree, but that's okay. Everybody has their opinion. Number 3, security options. The security options are wow. Like on iPhone, you have Face ID, passcode. That's it. You don't get any kind of... Whereas if you have an Android, you got a password, you got a PIN, you can do a pattern. A lot of them have facial recognition now. You have your, fingerprint, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, Apple is kind of limited in that. So it's nice to have options. And the pattern thing on Android is pretty cool. So I really like the security layout on Androids. Number 4, Google Maps. Okay. The reason I say this, Apple Maps is, in my opinion, okay to use in the city, but if you're highway driving, Google Maps is way, way, way better. Way better. Because Apple is like, so, let's say you're in unfamiliar territory and you're driving.
And then she says, okay, now make a right. You have to immediately make that right.
There is no warning, whereas when Google, she
tells you, okay, you need to get ready, you're gonna get there.
And then like a street before your street, she's gonna be like, okay,
make a right.
And then you'll automatically know, okay, I need to make a right once I get to my next road because, yeah, obviously. And it's just nicer. It's a nicer experience. It's more detailed. You have your traffic, you can see all that. I mean, you can do that on iPhone too, but you can like see your terrain and stuff, and it was just more detailed. And that would honestly have to be my number 4 for that reason, because Google Maps is so good. Number 5, Google Assistant. I'm sorry to all you people that like Siri more than Google. Actually, I'm not, because Siri is terrible. If I had a choice, I would personally have Google Assistant on my iPhone, because Siri is so far behind, it's ridiculous. You can do so much on Google Assistant that you can't do on Siri. Like Siri, you just ask it a basic command, okay, yes, Google Assistant, basic command, okay, they can do that. Then you ask it a more, like if you were talking to a person, Google will be like, oh, I understand what you're saying, and it can even continue a conversation. Where Siri, you do that, and it's
just like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Like, what do you want me to do?
I literally just told you what to do. Like, how do you not get that? How does that not click? Like, what? So that's really annoying. So Apple, you need to fix that. Number 6, the price. The price of an Android is so good, and the reason I say this is because iPhones, you're limited. You literally have... And what I mean by up here and older is up here for your newer devices, like your expensive new iPhone XS Max, XS, the iPhone XR, and then you got down here your, let's say, iPhone 6. I don't think many people use something older than iPhone 6. Some people may, but I don't know. But let's say, because you got your, up here, your iPhone XS, XR, and all that junk, yeah. Whereas you got Android,
You got like this.
it just kind of creates like a staircase effect because you have so many price ranges and so many different options of an Android. It just gives you more flexibility in your financial area. Like when you buy something, you can be like, oh, this, you know, I have to wait because I can't afford this. Well, most Androids, you know, like there's a lot of good ones. I will say, like, I haven't really used it, but I have seen it and I've kind of messed with it, is the OnePlus. Those are, I would say, mid-tier because they're about $500, $600 range, and they're so worth the price. There's like your LG stylos and stuff like that, that lower, like, $200, $300 range. And then you got your really lower, like your $50 Androids, which none of them are coming to mind right now that I can think of, but there are some. And then you got up here with your S10s and you know, all the big Androids, the S10, the Moto Z, and then you got like the LG G7 Thin Q. I think that's what it is. And then they got like the LG V40 Thin, but yeah. So, you know, you got all those higher ones. And it just kind of, you know, creates a staircase effect, which is nice because it gives you more. But let's say you can't afford that little nice $1,000 phone, which, you know, $1,000 to me right now is crazy anyway. And honestly, it's just keeps getting more and more and more. So, number 7, personally for me, I like file sharing. Because let's say you're doing really big files and stuff. I mean, AirDrop is wonderful. I love AirDrop. And it's really good for, like, you know, editing videos and stuff. But I like Android because, you know, you don't have to have, like, it's not one brand. Let's say you have a Samsung, you don't have to have a Samsung to file share. You just have to have an NFC enabled Android phone. Which, if you're not sure what NFC is near field communication. That's what it stands for. And all you do is, like, they'll call it Android Beam. I think that's what they still call it. And you just put 2 phones together and you can literally just transfer files back and forth. You don't have to turn on Bluetooth or anything. You just have to have your NFC on and you just tap and it'll send it back and forth. No wires, no nothing. You just put them together and send. And honestly, that is a really cool concept to me because the iPhones don't have that. And it's kind of annoying because it's nice. Like, let's say your friend or something takes a photo and you're like, oh, I want that photo. And then you gotta send it. They have to text it to you. I mean, that's not a big deal, but still, the whole being able to put your phone together and just like tap the screen and send it to the person, that's kind of cool to me. And that's been around since like the Samsung Galaxy S3. There's way more competition, way more. Like Apple, you have Apple. Apple makes their stuff. There's no competition because it's Apple. Whereas Android, you have Samsung, LG, HTC, Lenovo, you know, all these big brands making these phones. And it's just, they're all competing with each other and they all have to make a competitive price range because you can't put like a nice phone like Samsung. They've earned their spot. They pretty much can just battle Apple in this point. Because they have the best Android phone, in my opinion. And then you got, like, your LGs and stuff, which is slowly, like, not as popular anymore, but they're still great phones. And then you got OnePlus, which is slowly, like, making a name for itself here. You got your OnePlus 6T, which is $529 if you do, like, unlocked on OnePlus's site. And it's a really good deal, but if you're like a T-Mobile customer, you can get it for like $599. I know that's more. It kind of doesn't make sense to me either, but you pay more, but you get a really good phone. Like, it's a clean experience. It's fluid. It's just really good overall, and I think that Android in that point is better because they have more competition. You have more options, and you have all this different stuff coming out. And all these different price ranges, and it's just kind of, they have a bigger market because they have more customers, whereas Apple, right here, they want everybody to pay $1,000 or $800 for a phone. If you don't pay that, they don't want you. They don't want your money. They are a luxury brand. Whereas Android, you know, they want everybody, and they try to make it, you know, affordable and stuff. They even have like programs. They have the Android One program where they have like all these phones and they trying to they make them cheaper for third world countries and stuff, and other countries that can't afford phones like the US and the bigger countries. So, you know, you just, the competition is the biggest, like one of the big reasons that I think that this point made it is because it's anything like it. And if you can think of another smartphone maker that is as popular as as Android and iOS, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to know, because the last smartphone maker that existed was Windows. So, yeah. And they were too late to the game, and as much money as they have, they still couldn't afford to catch up. So, yeah. Android, in my opinion, is very superior, and if Apple doesn't like watch out, they may lose some Apple customers. But if you guys enjoyed the video today, please feel free to leave me a like, leave me a comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next week on Sunday. Bye guys.